Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to another Raw review. This one is for November 30th, 2015. Now, I'm doing this a little different from the last four. I watched the show, but because tonight was Monday Night Football, the Browns were in it. Spoiler alert, they blow... Oh my god, they blow the game. 3 seconds left. All they have to do is kick a field goal to win the game, and it gets blocked, and the Ravens run it all the way down for a touchdown. Because why not? It's the Cleveland Browns. But anyway, because I kept switching through, I didn't take notes. So I'm reading the Raw reviews from the WWE app. So let's start with the show started with the New Day coming out. And they came out to formally introduce Sheamus as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. It was a decent segment. Sheamus came out, he's wearing a suit, and his mohawk was slicked down, and he was, I don't know, he's acting more businessy and corporate. But he thanks everybody, and then as he's celebrating, confetti's coming down, fireworks are coming up. Roman Reigns comes out of nowhere, Superman punches him, walks out of the arena with the championship. And right before Sheamus gets Superman punched, he says, "To hell with your Stone Cold 316, because Sheamus 515 says I just kicked your arse." And then the confetti comes down, Roman Reigns punches him, takes the championship. The match that follows this is Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze. I assume this is going to set up either a conclusion to the rivalry at TLC or just further it even more at TLC. I didn't watch most of this match. I didn't watch most of any of the matches. I just saw who was in them and how they ended. Except for this one, I didn't see how it ended, but it says here. It says that let's see, the former heavyweight champion got the vindication on Raw despite an aggressive game plan from the Sultan of Selfies that weakened both Ziggler's shoulders and knee in the attempt to take away his high-impact moves. A series of roll-up attempts left Breeze vulnerable in a split second, and Ziggler capitalized, uncorking a vicious super kick to Breeze's chin for the 1-2-3. So Dolph Ziggler defeats Tyler Breeze. It was needed if the rivalry was going to go anywhere, because Tyler Breeze has 2 wins on Dolph, I think. I want to say 2 or 3. And Ziggler gets 1. Then I'm pretty sure this happened during, before this next match. Triple H comes out to talk to Roman Reigns, who has the title still, and he's with Dean Ambrose and the Usos. And Triple H says, "Sheamus doesn't want to wait till TLC. You get a title shot tonight." And he says, "But if you don't beat the champion in 5 minutes and 15 seconds, you don't get your title shot at TLC." At least I'm assuming that's what the stipulation was, because the match is still on at TLC. And then he gives him back. He's like, "I'll beat him in 2 minutes," or something like that. So he has they say for the main event is a beat the clock challenge for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Next is Miz TV, Rusev, and Lana returns, and they go with the whole they're married, they forgave each other and everything angle. Ryback eventually comes out and interrupts Miz TV, and then sets up their match. Rusev and Ryback, they don't go that long. The match was very, very short. Rusev gets kicked into the steel steps from Ryback, and one of the steps accidentally hits Lana. Lana's laying on the floor. Rusev, instead of being the manly man that he normally is and not getting back in the ring, goes to comfort Lana, and Ryback wins by a countout. You kind of see a change of heart in Rusev now that they have to act married on TV. Next, the next segment is probably the best part of the whole show. You have the Dudleys. They come out with a bunch of tables and they line them up in the ring, and they talk about how they've been taking beatdowns from the Wyatts and whatnot. And I assume they are going to have a tables match, the Dudleys versus the Wyatts. And the Wyatts come out when the Dudleys are cutting this promo, and the Dudleys, Bubba Ray's like, you got your family, we got ours. Everybody that I know was expecting Spike to come out, but then you hear the music hit, and Tommy Dreamer comes out from the crowd with a trash can full of kendo sticks and throws it into the ring. And then that sets up the Dudleys and Tommy Dreamer versus the Wyatts, which ends out in an all-out brawl like all other six-man tags do. And then the ref decides to stop it, though. Don't know why. But I'm assuming that it'll either be a 2-on-4 tables match, a 2-on-2 tables match, or a 3-on-4 tables match, unless the Dudleys do end up finding someone else. But that was probably the best part of the night, because you saw the return of Tommy Dreamer, of course. He had the biggest reaction of the whole show. Next up was Alberto Del Rio versus Goldust. I don't know exactly why this match took place. I guess they're getting Goldust back into the swing of things. But they had him fight Alberto Del Rio. Obviously, you don't expect Goldust to win this match. And he ends up not winning. Swagger comes out. And let's see what this says. I watched the end of it, but all I watched was the pin. And then I switched it back to the game. Then I turned it back, and Jack Swagger was standing in the ring, yelling, "Get back in here!" And then he does the "We the People" thing, and then the match ends. The Usos versus the Lucha Dragons in a #1 contender shot for TLC against the New Day. The match doesn't go that long. It's fairly even through the whole match. And the New Day are commentating, and they end up saying that something needs to happen. This match is too stale. So Kofi and Big E end up interfering, double disqualification, so no one wins the match. Now, before I go to what I'm about to say, that happened backstage, Triple H goes to Dean Ambrose, and he congratulates Dean Ambrose for being the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. And he's like, you're going to have that match at TLC if Roman Reigns can beat Sheamus in 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Then he says, Roman's actions aren't just affecting him, they're affecting his friends as well. And the reason I said that is because after the Usos and the Lucha Dragons get double disqualified, they go to Stephanie. And Stephanie says, you know what? Lucha Dragons, you're in. Usos, you're in. If Roman Reigns can beat Sheamus in 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Because Roman's actions aren't affecting him, they're also affecting his family. Sasha Banks gets another match on Raw, which is something that needs to happen every single week, and it did. Except it happened against Brie Bella, something that doesn't need to happen every week. The match wasn't long at all. Let's see. I didn't watch. My recording stopped? No, it didn't. The match went Sasha Banks wins with a backstabber bank statement combo. 1, 2, 3. Sasha Banks beats Brie Bella. Now, I hope you remember me saying in the beginning of the show, Roman Reigns versus Sheamus in the main event. The main event. Main event, for those who don't know, is the last match. The last match of the night. Not the third to last match. For some reason, at 10 o'clock Eastern time, which is when there's still an hour left of the show, Roman Reigns versus Sheamus in the Beat the Clock Challenge WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The match obviously was going to be short because you only get 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Sheamus comes out with one of those old Stone Cold shirts, but it says Sheamus 515 on it. I don't know if they're going to start selling that or not. It'd be pretty cool. The match gets down to like 30 seconds left, and then Rusev comes out, interferes, so Roman Reigns wins. So the Usos are in the triple threat, Dean Ambrose is in the Intercontinental, and Roman Reigns still gets his title shot, even though he won. He didn't get the title, so he still gets the title shot at TLC. So all the title shots are still intact, but Rusev comes out, and then eventually Alberto Del Rio and King Barrett come out, and they start attacking Roman Reigns. And Sheamus is like, I'd like to introduce you to my friends. We are the League of Nations. King Barrett, Rusev, Alberto Del Rio, and Sheamus. Eventually the Usos and Dean Ambrose come out, and that sets up the real main event, which I will get to in a second after this match. Now, earlier in the night, Becky Lynch and Charlotte, they were just talking backstage, and Becky Lynch was like, I want to fight you. It'll be just like the good old days in NXT. That's the reason we're here, is to entertain the fans. So Charlotte's like, no, I don't want to do that. Eventually Becky gets her to cave. So Becky Lynch versus Charlotte in a singles match. It wasn't for the title or anything. This match I did watch, and the ending I did not expect at all. So the match is going pretty decent, fairly even, because they're not trying to hurt each other, they're just trying to entertain. And Charlotte ends up acting like she tweaks her knee, and Becky gets concerned because she doesn't want to hurt her friend. And then Ric Flair, who accompanied Charlotte to the ring, he gets on the ring apron, and Becky is talking with him while Charlotte's down. Charlotte kicks up and rolls up Becky and steals a victory. Becky then confronts her backstage. She's like, what are you talking about? I didn't cheat. I didn't do anything. You just need to realize that there's more to this, and I know you'll do this. And then Paige comes over and says, I told you this was going to happen. And then it cuts to a commercial. But Charlotte beats Becky Lynch. I hope that becomes a rivalry. The whole faction thing, I don't like it. I mean, Team Bad's pretty cool, but Sasha Banks doesn't need her. They need Sasha Banks. And then Team PCB is pretty much done. I'm pretty sure after tonight, PCB or CB or whatever they're calling it now is definitely done. So the main event is the League of Nations. It's not. It's originally the League of Nations versus Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and the Usos. But before the match starts, the New Day come out, and they said they talked to some higher ups in the company, and they join the League of Nations. So it's 7-on-4 handicap match. The match went for, I want to say, 25 minutes because they started the main event at like 10:30. So they had about 25 minutes of match. It's what you expect. I don't know why they had this match. Like, an 8-on-8 tag was going to be terrible because no one likes... They do too many of those. They do too many 3-on-3s, so why not add one more person each team? And then they're like, well, why not add 3 more people to the other team. So we make it unfair. So pretty much the Usos, they get taken out early. They get the shit beat out of them. I ended up on, I'll be honest, I didn't watch a lot of this match because it was getting close to the ending of the game, of the Browns game, so I just kept switching it back and forth as much as possible. So Roman Reigns eventually gets tagged in by one of the Usos, I don't remember, and he tries to take them all out, and he gets the shit beat out of him because it's 7-on-2 at that point. And he tags in Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose, it's 7-on-1 at that point. He can't get it done. He can't get it done. Dean Ambrose takes the pin from Sheamus, 1, 2, 3 after a bro kick. Then all 7 members of Team Heel, I'll call them that. They get in the ring. They're all, like, you have the tag champions, the U.S. champion, the world heavyweight champion, and King Barrett, and then Rusev, the only person who has no title. Rusev then starts stomping out Dean Ambrose, and then Roman Reigns gets in. Then Roman Reigns gets the shit beat out of him. The New Day and King Barrett hold up Roman Reigns, and he gets bro kicked, and the show ends. I guess I heard, I watch videos and read articles, and apparently they're trying to make us all feel bad for Roman Reigns because he gets so close, but yet can't quite do it. And that's how they're going to make Roman Reigns get over. I can see how they're doing it. They don't need to. They don't. Just make him a heel. It'll be better. But yeah, I can see how they're making us feel bad for him by having 7 people beat the shit out of him and whatnot, and always winning by disqualification where it doesn't matter, and Sheamus is still the champion because that's what's best for business, apparently. But anyway, I was confused by this whole Raw, and then I watched the end of the Browns game, and that just fucked my head completely. So I don't know if I'm going to keep doing the Raw reviews like this. I don't know if you could tell I was confused a little bit because I wasn't reading off my notes. I was just scrolling down through the stuff that they had written. So it was like paragraphs. My notes are just like little points. Like you'll say like Breeze hits a super kick, or Dolph Ziggler punches him in the mouth, or something stupid like that. So that, I don't know if I'm going to do that. If I do, I'll probably read it ahead of time so I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you let me know how you like it, which way you want to do it. Tomorrow, which will be Wednesday because I'm recording this, Monday night, will be Yoshi's Woolly World. I'm bringing that back. If you watched my video on Monday of my first episode of My Crafty Adventure, that's what I'm calling it. I say that I will be bringing Minecraft to the channel, whether it's the Xbox One or the PC version. I started with the Xbox One, and but I'm not gonna upload another video of Minecraft until Minecraft Story Mode episode 3 is done. There's only 3 episodes left, so Thursday will be one, Saturday will be one, and then Monday will be one. And then next week we'll have the TLC predictions, the TLC review, and then another Raw review. So those are some things to expect. And then by that time, I'll be done with school, at least for this semester. So I'll have more time and not have to worry about making time for school because it'll be out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Camp Council Cody, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles.